What's going on, guys? PXCam20 back here with a brand new video. We are here for what it seems to be forever, but a manufacturer FIA race. Yes, so we are running around the Red Bull Ring with the Group 3 cars as we are racing for 271 points here if you get first place. And I was feeling really confident on this race. Like I said, I was driving one of the best cars around this track, and really just for the strategy and everything that had to do with this race, this Aston Martin was going to be legendary. But let's see what we could do here as we get into our quali. But jumping to the first lap right here, you can see that we ran into a little bit of traffic, accidentally made contact with the Porsche, and we already lose out right there. So our first lap didn't go as planned, so we decided to go for a second one, and we get a 129.1, which is not an ideal lap time. We want to be hitting 127s, and on the second lap here we actually put in a decent time, so we are about 4/10 up on our fastest lap time. I felt very confident, but heading into this dreaded turn 8, we just go up the curb, and that was basically qualifying over for us. So 16th position was going to be the starting spot, and like I said, I was not happy that we were going to start off in 16th, but we can't back out. We're already in the race, so we're just going to do everything in our power to try to work our way through the field, utilize the strategy, and hopefully come home with a good finish. So as we jump into the intro right here for the FIA race, it's been a long since I've seen this intro actually. The strategy for the race was going to be to only use the medium and hard compound tires, as those were the only two compounds that were required. So we did qualify on the softs, but we're going to be just running the hards for about 3 to 4 laps and the rest of the race on the medium compound tires. So let's see how we do around here as we get into our race. Jumping into our race, we get our 3, 2, 1, and away we go as we start off right in the penultimate corner. Not an ideal situation that you want to be starting off, as we do put the traction control to 1 to avoid getting the wheel spin. We fast forward here into turn number 2 and 3 as we are right behind the Mazda heading into the hairpin. Brake as late as we can, but it looks like everybody else braked a little bit earlier than what I was expecting, which is make slight amount of contact with the Mazda. I felt really bad about that. Let him get the position back, and we fall right back in line on 16th. So again, we're just working our way here. We got to be patient. We don't want to make too aggressive moves, as we already made contact with the Mazda, just because it's a very long race. It's 19 laps around this racetrack as Toyota gets back onto the track, and we are able to get an easy overtake around him. So yeah, first lap just had to be very patient and just take advantage of all the opportunities, as we have an RCZ just trying to get back onto the track. Not sure how he got all the way to the left hand side. That's a very interesting spot. You really don't see cars all the way to the left hand side on the grass area, but hey, we'll take it as we gain 2 free positions. We're actually in the realm of getting a 3rd position here. Someone actually came into the pits on this first lap, so very interesting tactic here. I don't agree with that. I feel like you had to at least, at the minimum, go around this track 2 times on the hard compound tires if you wanted to salvage a good finish position. But as we head down the straight leading us to turn number 3, we get a good run on the Argentinian, go onto the outside. He gives us plenty of space, and we're able to confirm the move heading into turn number 3, and we now find ourselves into 12th place, so 4 positions up after just starting a lap ago. We're already in the slipstream with the Honda, and we're definitely putting him under pressure here as we head into the right corner of turn number 4. Keep it on the inside. We don't want to wash up too wide on the exit. That's going to look like Hamilton that he did with Albon, but we just have to back out right there and allow the Honda to get the position, as he did have the preferred line going into turn number 5. We're just going to bide our time here to see if we can look for an opportunity and jump on it as we go down the straight, leading us into turn number 3. So turn number 3, we go onto the inside. We get a great run on the exit of the final corner, and look at that right there. We just brake as late as we can, cut onto the inside, park on the apex, and that is textbooks, my guys, as we are now up into P11, right behind the fastest. And Christmas is coming early for us again, as we have the fastest here with a half a second penalty for going off track. and we're gonna jump on this as well, capitalize on this situation here, and there we go, on the outside into turn number 5 or 4. We're able to brake as late as we can, and there we go, 10th place position. So we're just working our way through the field here, guys. And just to remind you, we are starting on the hard, so we are on the worst compound tire. So we're gonna be jumping onto the mediums, and we're just gonna be running even faster, which is gonna be almost like we're on speed or something, because we're gonna be just so quick around this racetrack. But we decided to not come in on lap number 3. I felt very confident with the tires. We had an open track, so I just wanted to put in as quick of a in lap as I could. And we decided to come in now, as some other takers were doing as well, with the guys up ahead. We're going to switch off from the hards to the mediums. No refueling, so you can actually make it to the end of the race without refueling, but you just have to be very patient with your maneuvers and how you're driving, and just be conscious about short shifting, lifting off into the corners, and as well as sometimes just, you know, moving the fuel mapping from 1 to 6 when you have an opportunity. But I didn't have that much time to really work around with the fuel mapping. I had to just keep aware of the fuel situation just by short shifting and coasting into the corners. So that was kind of my strategy here, as we were able to save actually a really good amount of fuel. I was pretty happy going into the first pit stop how much fuel we had actually saved. So I was feeling fairly confident that we could manage to save this fuel all the way to the end, just as long as I don't get you know, too distracted into the battling and into the fighting, and we're able to just continue doing what we're doing here and just focus on the strategy. I think we can come home with a really good finish now. As we come out of turn number 1, we have Ross Cloud right up ahead, and you can see there's a huge train right there, as it's from I believe 9th place position on backwards, and every single lap we were just picking away. We were just getting closer and closer to that train, and we were actually running pretty competitive lap times. We were running in the 129s. This is kind of the pace I wanted to be at. I wanted to be running in the low 29s, mid 29s, but at the same time, I wanted to catch up to the guys up ahead, so I had to push a little bit. But off of turn number 1, the Nissan of Ross Clown just goes a tad bit wide, and then once he got into the acceleration, just lost the back end, went out to the inside, and that is a free position for us, boys, as we now find ourselves into lucky number 13. And this is starting to look really good here, boys, as we jump a little more forward here, catching back up to the pack up ahead, as we have about 10 laps left in this race. Things are looking promising here, as I was kind of pushing now, just because my thought process is I wanted to catch up to this pack, get into the slipstream, and then when we're in the slipstream, I could definitely take advantage of that, just be able to short shift a lot sooner, and I can actually save a little more fuel that way than if I were to just ride along by myself. So I pushed it for the lap prior and this lap as well, and we were able to just catch up to the back of the Ford of Plaka. And so this is exactly what we needed. We're now in the slipstream. We are just riding along here. We can save some fuel, and not only that, 9th place isn't too far up the road. So this isn't just like we're going to be riding around back here with Plaka and we're going to be fighting for 12th. No, we can actually just ride around, save some fuel, and when we need to push, we can push and just try to work our way through this train and try to catch up to 9th place and actually even 8th, as he's actually in the screen at the moment. So we can get a really good finish here. But coming into this corner right here, we're getting closer and closer to Plaka every single lap, and we have now dropped the gap down from about a second to about 0.2 of a second. So eventually there's going to be a point where we're going to have to go for the overtake, because I don't want to be stuck behind him, force him into some errors, and then we lose the slipstream of 11th and 10th, and we lose basically the train up ahead. So we're just biding our time here. We're thinking about when we're going to make the overtake, as Plaka just gets a really bad entrance into turn number 1. He gets a little squirrely, but we're close enough here that we can probably go for an overtake. We might have to use a little more fuel than what I wanted, but as we were riding along with him, we just can't do it on that lap, not close enough. So we wait another lap here. It's starting to get closer and closer to the end, which is something I was keeping an eye on, and I was thinking to myself, all right, that gap from 12th to 11th is now starting to get larger and larger. It's go time. We have to get around Plaka and start fighting our way to catch back up to these guys up ahead. So getting a great run again off of turn number 1. This is probably the closest we've been heading into the overtaking zone. Heading to turn number 3, we take a little peek onto the inside, brake very, very late, keep it on the apex, park it right there, and we're able to get the move done. But Plaka does a cutback, and he makes contact with us coming off the exit of turn number 3, and he's able to just regain that position. I was not expecting that, to be honest. When I was in this race, I even congratulated Plaka about that, because that was a very great move. But unfortunately, heading into turn number 4, he just overcooked the corner, braked a tad bit too late than what he needed to, and he loses that 12th place position. So he lets us get it, and we are now up into 12. So it took an extra corner to get that move done, but at least we were able to get it done, and now we find ourselves in 10th place as a couple of other people have decided to now come into the pits. We're starting to get to the end of the race. Some people that started off on the mediums, their tires are definitely destroyed. They had to switch off to the hards. So we were able to gain about 2 free positions there, and we now set our sights on these 3 up ahead, as this is going to be the fight for 7th place. So remember, guys, we started off in 16th position, had a really bad first lap, but we were able to regain composure, and now 16 laps later, we are fighting here for 7th place as we get a little bit jumbled up going to turn number 3. Getting a great exit compared to the RTZ. We try to go onto the inside, and it is now side by side as we head into turn number 4. Someone's going to have to lift here, or if not, both of us are going to probably end up crashing with each other. But staying on the inside here, he's giving plenty of room. We try to get a great exit off of turn number 4. Nobody is giving an inch, as the Argentinian on the inside is just keeping it there. Goes onto the inside, has the preferred line, and he's able to regain that 9th place position, as we now are starting to get pressured by Plaka on the inside. So still side by side with Plaka, we're giving each other plenty of room. We get a better exit than him coming off of the corner, and we are able to hold off our 10th place position. So got a little bit hairy right there. We definitely did not want to get into that situation where we were on the outside of those double left-handers, and I wanted to get around Pikes because I wanted to try to catch up to Womble up ahead in the 7th place position, but we just have to stay behind him now, as we are still in 10th place position another lap later. So the laps are starting to wind down here. We have about 2 laps to go, and after checking my fuel, I believe I was good till the end. We were able to save a lot just because we got stuck in the slipstream, and you can see right there, just did a little flick to the fuel, and we had about 2 laps left on our fuel capacity, and we have about 2 laps left in the race. So it's basically just all out now. We got to just push, abuse these mediums, and get ourselves into a position to try to get that 7th place position. So we go onto the inside, heading to turn number 3, just to try to outbrake the RCZ, and it's just not working out properly, as the cars behind go double wide, the cars up ahead go double wide. And now we're going to attempt this move once again. It's almost a repeat of 2 laps ago. We're on the inside of the RCZ, and we're just going to see if we can try to outbrake him. Brakes very, very late, almost missed our apex. We're able to hold it on the inside. The Argentinian tries to make a cutback, but it just does not work out in his favor. And we are able to get that 9th place position now, as we set our sights on the Mercedes and the other Aston Martin, our rival right there up ahead. So 2 laps left, or actually a lap and a half left. And we are in a great position here, as we still have the fuel to make it to the end. But not only that, we are having the pace to try to work our way through here and get that 7th place position. So we head into the final 2 corners. You can see that the Mercedes and the Aston Martin are really fighting hard with each other. So this is really good for me, because the more that they fight with each other, the better of an opportunity we're going to have to try to capitalize if one of them does get overtaken, which is re-overtake the other car. And you can see that they're starting to shift onto the inside, going every which way to try to protect the line. And we are now coming up to some slow cars here. Some cars are coming out of the pits, and we actually are able to gain another position. So now we are up into 8th place from those guys that came into the pits. So not expecting this finish right here, but we are staying on the slipstream of the Mercedes. They're both just swerving in and out, weaving left and right, trying to protect the inside going into turn number 3. We take a little peek onto the inside of the Mercedes. We got a huge train right behind us. You guys can see on the mini map that it's about a 6-car battle, 7-car battle for the 6th place position. And we're even starting to catch up to 5th, so it's going to get really, really nasty towards the end here as we brake as late as we can, heading into turn number 4. We got a peaking Brazilian on the outside, but we have to block our position there, as I believe that Brazilian is on the fresh compound hard tires. So he's got better tires than us, So we're going to do everything in our power to try to stay with these guys up ahead, but also defend as we head into the left-hander. Brazilian takes a very, very aggressive move, goes onto the inside. We go side by side, make a little bit of contact. It's still side by side here as we head into the final 2 corners. 7th place looks out of the picture, but we can still try to manage to hold off this 8th as we keep it onto the inside, break as late as we can, but the Brazilian just had too much grip on the outside. And coming into the final corner, down the straight for the final time, we're going to come home in 9th place as there's a couple of contact in the front. And there we go, guys. 9th place position as Womble and Pyrath were, I don't know what exactly was going on with them, but they looks like they were just forcing each other off track. And we finished this race in 9th, right behind the Brazilian after a brilliant overtake on the outside in the final 2 corners. So 181 points is what we were able to salvage here for this race, as it was a very, very wicked race, especially towards the end. And I had a lot of fun. This was a really great combination. Polyphony put a really great race here together, and I'm very excited to see more races like this. If we can have more races like this, it'll definitely make this FIA season very interesting. So let me know how you guys did in the FIA race in the comments down below. Since you guys made it all the way to the end, feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button, as it really helps out the channel when you guys do so. And since you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, hope to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.